Hi guys, it's Amanda. Welcome back to my channel as usual. And we are currently in a very different setting, to be correct, a very different city than where I normally film my videos. The title of this video is correct. I'm living in a new city for the first time in my entire life. I know you guys probably have a lot of questions and are very curious as to why. I know it seems very sudden, so I'm just going to quickly answer all of those questions for you today. First of all, where am I? I'm currently actually in Vancouver, BC, which is on the completely opposite side of Canada. Toronto, which is where I lived, and which is where you've seen all my videos in, that's on the east coast of Canada, and Vancouver is on the west coast, the very, very west coast. So I really just moved all the way across the country, and here I am. I've been here for a couple days. I really wanted to settle in, and also obviously with COVID-19 and everything, I just wanted to make sure that I was okay, just for everyone else's safety before I started filming and doing things in Vancouver. But I do have my vaccine, and there isn't like mandatory quarantine when you move between provinces in Canada, but just for myself, I wanted to take a few days just to make sure that I'm okay, especially since I was on a plane for the first time in like, what, a year and a half? So yeah, I took a few days to myself and made sure to keep myself safe and everyone else safe. So I'm good to go. And yeah, now I'm here, which is kind of crazy. I have never lived in a new city in my entire life. I was born and raised in Toronto. Pretty much the farthest that I moved from where I was born and raised is downtown Toronto. Like I grew up a bit more uptown, but really not that much of a difference. So this is a very, very big change for me, and you guys might be wondering why I'm here. So there's kind of a lot of reasons that built up together into my decision. And first of all, I did want to say that at this moment, me moving here is not permanent. I'm currently only here for a month. Sorry if you thought I was moving here forever, but I feel like if you live somewhere for a month, that counts as like living, not just visiting. I feel like a month is like the threshold of where you're like living in a city. But I will get into that later because I don't know if it's just gonna be a month. We'll see. Anyway, so there's a lot of reasons that built together into my main decision for coming here. So first of all, I actually do have something to film here for work, and I was going to be flying out here anyway. It doesn't have to do with my YouTube channel at all. It's a filming for something completely separate, but it was going to be filmed here. So I would have been coming here. So that was the main reason. And I definitely could have just come here for the few days that I was filming and then gone back. But a little thought creeped into my head, and I was like, but like, what if I just stayed here for longer? I think it's a little bit safer with COVID-19 if I'm not going back and forth super quickly. Like, I'd rather come here, make sure that everything is okay and safe, and then go back again, make sure that everything is okay and safe, and vice versa. So yeah, I didn't want to be like zipping around with all of that going on. And I also, of course, don't want people to think that I'm encouraging traveling. That's actually also the biggest reason why I decided to stay for longer, is because for my filming, I don't know. I know things are opening up in North America because of vaccines and everything, but I know for the rest of the world, that's not a reality. I'm actually living here. But also in Toronto, if I'm gonna be honest, it's kind of lonely. I work with people, but most of it is remotely, so it's really just confined into my 1-bedroom apartment that you guys have been seeing and that I've been living in for 3 years now. But I don't want people to think that this was just because like, oh, I'm bored and I'm moving. I had been thinking about this for a few months. If you've watched any of my Twitch streams, then you know that Toronto has really not been a happy place for me for quite some time now. So this won't come as a shock to some of you guys. Obviously, this Vancouver move isn't permanent yet, but the reason why I say yet is because I don't know where I'm gonna end up. I also am taking this month in Vancouver to kind of see how I like things. Like, maybe it turns into a longer stay. I don't know. I do have a really good support system in Toronto because I was born and raised there, so literally my whole family is there, and I have a couple of my best friends who live there as well. So I don't want to make it sound like, you know, there's nobody for me in Toronto. That's definitely not the case. But in terms of like community and my work and things like that, I don't really have that in Toronto, especially because it's hard for me to find people who are my age, who do the same things as me, who we can relate and work together for. So I also came here because I have a couple of friends here in Vancouver who do that. And then besides that, so if you guys don't know, for the past 2 years that I've been releasing the Doodle Planner, June and July are usually the months that I start cracking down and designing the planner for the next year. And usually that entails me just locking myself up in my apartment and just drawing. And it's fun. I really like designing the Doodle Planner, but sometimes, again, it can get a little bit lonely just like sitting there and in my Toronto apartment where I can only see cement. So I figured since June is the month that I usually focus on designing the Doodle Planner and stuff, I will do that while I'm here in Vancouver. If you guys don't know, Vancouver is a very naturey place. I don't know if you can see in the background, but there's like mountains and you can see the water and there's beaches and stuff. So I think just even me drawing in here, which is gonna be like my studio, I guess, will just give me so much more life and inspiration to make the Doodle Planner for 2022 and actually feel excited about it. Like, I'm already excited about working in a new space, almost like a studio. I feel like I'm all over the place, so I'm not really explaining too well. I should have like written this down, but there's basically just a lot of small reasons that built together into me being like, it's kind of beneficial for me to just stay here for a longer period of time. So yeah, the main reason is basically the filming, but I just decided to stay here and live here for longer and see how it is. So you'll be seeing future videos from here. I will also be vlogging a little bit about my life in Vancouver. I do have, I think, like one video that I filmed in my old place in Toronto. And then, yeah, then you'll start seeing more Vancouver stuff. So if the scenery is changed and different in my videos, that's why. I feel like this is almost like a new chapter in my life. Like, who knows what will happen after this, especially because, you know, I feel like Toronto, and especially my apartment where I've worked and lived for 3 years now, has been such a big chapter. So this is just such a change for me, and it's out of my usual routine. So I don't know, it feels good. I feel good. I am excited. Yeah, I guess that's the main update, is that I moved across the country. I'm currently staying in an Airbnb. I'm probably going to stay in this Airbnb for a whole month. Maybe I'll give you guys a quick tour of it as well in this video, but I don't want this video to be too long. That's why I wasn't sure whether I'd be able to do the Saturday Twitch streams. I can definitely do them on Instagram and TikTok live because those are just from my phone and, you know, you just click, but Twitch requires kind of a different setup. So I'll still figure that out. I'll keep you guys updated on all of that. Besides that, I mean, I've been loving it so far. The weather is very nice. I haven't been outside too much, but it has been so nice for the few days that I've been here. Even just like, the air is different in Vancouver because in Toronto, it's just such a city, like everything is concrete and all of that. And I guess I underestimated the value of nature. I just wanted to say thank you so much. I know a lot of you guys are going to be really supportive. To all of my Toronto fam, because I know there's so many Toronto little doodles. I'm sorry if you feel betrayed. I do love Toronto, obviously, because I was born and raised there. It will always hold a very special place in my heart, but I just wanted to try out Vancouver, see how it fits, and we'll see. Thank you in advance. I don't know what I'm thanking you for, but I just always am thankful for you guys. Actually, I will show you guys a quick tour of my Airbnb right now. Okay, so this is the front door. We have the entryway. hello here. I was really lucky to have found this place on Airbnb because it's so nice. This is the first bedroom. This is my bedroom here. It is very grand. I don't know. It feels very luxurious. I'm very not used to this large of a bed, but the view is really, really nice. Let me see if I can show you guys. It's so nice here. The sun actually rises over there, so it looks really nice in the morning. And yeah, so this is the bedroom. There's a large mirror. I've been here for a couple days, so it's kind of messy. And then this is the closet as well. Also kind of started unpacking a little bit, so it's very messy. And then here is the bathroom. So we just have a shower, all of the things, pretty typical stuff. Then this is the kitchen over here, which is really nice. And this is the highlight, which is it connects to this living room, which is, oh, this view is so nice, guys. It's actually crazy. This is what sold me on this Airbnb, and I honestly think it was a really good price, like considering I'm going to be working here as like a studio and living here, of course. This is just like such a top-notch view. You can literally see everything. So the sun rises here and then it sets there, so it's just a chef's kiss. The first night that I came here, I was feeling a little bit emotional because it was such a big, you know, kind of step and big move. And then I got here and the sun was just like beautifully setting over here, and I just sat on the balcony and stared at it and played music and cried a little bit, low-key. We have the table here, this kitchen table. You guys will probably end up seeing me film my plan with me on this one, because I don't have, like, obviously I'm not bringing my wood table that I usually film my plan with me's on, so that. And then lastly, here is the second bedroom. Currently I'm using this as just like my storage stuff for my filming things and then my suitcases and all of that. Might actually be having a friend join me and staying here once I've settled in after a few weeks and I make sure that I'm okay and that everything's good. So yes, I might have a roommate who will be living with me here, which is kind of fun. Granted, it's not going to be for that long of a time, like it'll be for a couple weeks because she's joining me for in the middle of June. So yeah, stay tuned to find out who it might be. So yeah, for the time being, this will be where I live / also my studio space. I'm really excited. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this answers any of your questions, and I'm really excited to show you everything that I'm working on here in Vancouver, especially that secret project. And I'm also planning on doing some more like studio / behind the scenes vlogs where I show you guys me working on the 2022 Doodle planner, so you can see more behind the scenes, everything else that I'm working on here, plus more of like my daily life in Vancouver, because I'm gonna try to be a Vancouver girl and do some outdoor things, maybe go on bike rides to make myself feel better and healthier. So you'll see all of that in upcoming videos, so I'm really excited. Thank you guys. I don't even really know what I'm thanking you for, but I just always appreciate you guys. So thank you. Keep doodling. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye everyone.